Hi everybody, Dr. Bryan Stoops here, and I would like to make you aware of a really exciting transition that just took place. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and this is formerly the interface for my virtual Filipino martial arts trainer weekend. It has now been transformed into my Filipino martial arts phase 1 trainer independent study kit. So that means that all the materials pre-weekend and the recordings from all the weekend itself, the event itself, have all been uploaded here. So when you make the very minuscule investment, there's a welcome video, and that takes you into the curriculum. So there are 3 levels, and I'll talk about that very briefly before this video is over. 3 levels that make up my phase 1 of 4 phases that make up my Filipino martial arts core curriculum. So there's yellow belt, there's orange belt, and there's green belt / phase 1. Now the cool part about all of this is when you click on any of those, here is your study video, your tutorial video, where I explain that requirement. And take note, so for example, the first requirement in green belt phase 1 is a Eskrima 1, the 12 angles with female triangle, lateral triangle, and male triangle. So if you go through this, this has all 22 videos. You can click on all of them. You can watch them, rewatch them at your leisure anytime that you log in. So when you go underneath here, you now have all 3 levels as separate downloadable PDFs. So that's the first thing I would do, is click on the green, whatever level you're working on. Let's say it's green belt. Here is all of your requirements for green belt, it's 2 pages in a single downloadable PDF that you can download and interact with digitally on your phone, or you can print a copy if you want to go old school, whatever is going to work best for you. So in Asante La Costa, single stick, Eskrima 1, 12 angles with female triangle, lateral triangle, male triangle. So guess what, ladies and gentlemen, this is in the same order that the videos are in, and it uses exactly the same language. So it's as user-friendly as it can possibly be. You also have information on testing, and I'll explain that, either testing with a partner or testing without a partner. In this age of the pandemic, I want everybody to be able to continue their training, and if you are stuck in a situation where you are by yourself, you don't have access in a safe way to a training partner right now, there are still ways for you to work through this material. Here are 2, they're both hour-long videos or more, something around there, on some pre-conference information on what I like to call my 7 days of martial arts business creation material, and then just best practices in martial arts business. Here's all of the actual 10+ hours of the weekend itself, all of it. So if you want to go in and you have questions, you know, Guru Bryan, how could you test people? How could you teach Filipino martial arts through technology? And how could you assess their proficiency? If you'd like to know what I did, this is going to give you all the answers, because it's literally the whole weekend that we recorded, and it is there for you when you invest in the Filipino martial arts phase 1 trainer independent study kit. So my phase 1 is, again, of 4, consists of yellow belt, orange belt, and green belt / phase 1. You know, I'm a senior associate instructor in Filipino martial arts under Guru Dan and Asante. And when I originally wrote this curriculum way about 10 years ago, when I started on it, you know, Guru Asante always used phase ranks, very similar to what he did in JKD and Jeet Kune Do. And I used to do the same thing. I used to just do a certificate of phase certification. or a phase certificate. And in about 2010, Guru Inasanto asked, I had been about an instructor for maybe about 2 years plus at that time. He asked everybody that he'd certified as an instructor in the Filipino martial arts if they wouldn't mind doing colored belts. So what I do is a mix. I do intermediary belts, yellow and orange are intermediary. And then once you complete intermediary belts, you get to a phase belt. So green belt, when participants earn their green belt, they get not only the belt, but they get a certificate that says that they've completed phase 1. And once again, there are 4 phases in my Filipino martial arts curriculum, but you are, especially if you're starting out or especially if you're in need of a progressive step-by-step curriculum for the Filipino martial arts that builds on itself, you're going to have plenty to offer your prospective students with the phase 1 curriculum. So 3 terms super quickly. A trainer is somebody who's completed 10 intense hours on the phase 1 curriculum, best practices in teaching, best practices in being a Filipino martial arts instructor, best practices in martial arts business. A phase instructor is somebody who's completed the trainer certification, but they've also completed and been certified in yellow belt, orange belt, and green belt / phase 1. So I know some people might have questions on that. If I'm just a trainer, how can I start teaching people? It's a lot like being a student teacher. You've completed that intense block of instruction. You've received that from me. And now the best thing you can do to carry forward your practice is to start teaching, explaining things to other people while you yourself are still working through the curriculum. And as long as you're just real explicit that you're not a black belt, you're not an instructor, that you're a trainer and you are a student, like a student teacher working your way through, there's no ethical violation. So a phase instructor is just somebody who's done the trainer certificate, but they've also completed and successfully earned the 3 levels that make up phase 1. So included in, and I want to make sure I'm getting it right, in your Filipino martial arts phase 1 trainer independent study kit is your exam, your video exam for your trainer certificate, for your yellow belt, for your orange belt, and for your green belt / phase 1. There are no additional testing fees. That's all built in to your one little minuscule investment, okay? And then an apprentice instructor would be somebody who's finished all 4 phases under me and they've successfully passed their apprentice instructor exam. So that's it. We're leveraging the technology. I'm very fortunate. I have 15 years of experience in K-12, master's and a doctorate in education. My master's degree is in educational multimedia. I really feel confident that I am not giving anything away, but leveraging the technology to allow people to demonstrate their proficiency in a non-traditional way. So take a look at all the information. I hope you make that really minuscule investment, and I look forward to you working your way through the process and becoming not only a phase 1 trainer in the Filipino martial arts under me, but eventually earning your way into being a phase 1 instructor. Thanks, everybody. Bye now.